we are a nuclear nation. If we think we are going down, we'll take half the world down with us. What's going on in his mind?
Okay. Then I'll have to go back to Operation Sindoor.
Right. Let's start.
To neutralize their nuclear capability.
And they panic. You think Munir will test a nuclear weapon now?
Carrots to be given to Trump. 15, which we have recovered. Would this have downed the Rafale the way they were talking? I don't think so.
Pakistan has actually lost faith in its Chinese hardware.
If this is not a crisis, what is? Right. Strategic geometry also has to change.
Right.
He's been given license by China and USA to behave the way he's behaving.
Pakistan has two benefactors doing this Ajay Devgan maneuver, as I call it.
Pakistan will be allowed to survive.
Right.
Whether it will be allowed to thrive is a different question.
Hello and welcome to the Sandeep Unnithan Show, your weekly dose of defense, geopolitics, and much, much more. Today I'm privileged to have on my show Lieutenant General P.R. Shankar, former Director General Artillery. He's a professor of practice now at the IIT Madras, and he chairs a very interesting show called Gunner's Shot on YouTube, which you must catch. General Shankar, welcome.
Thanks a lot. It's an honor and a privilege to be speaking with you, Sandeep, as always.
Absolutely. A decade from the time that you were DG Artillery and you changed the way artillery was looked at, and indeed the systems that have since come in, we've truly Atmanirbhar in artillery, and you continue to do that at the IIT Madras. But, from artillery, I want to go to the strategic systems, which is nuclear weapons. And you have Field Marshal Asim Munir of Pakistan in the United States on the 9th of August, where he speaks at an event where he says, we are a nuclear nation. If we think we are going down, we'll take half the world down with us. This kind of nuclear saber rattling from a sitting army chief, unprecedented. What's going on in his mind?
Well, what's going on in his mind is very simple. He's threatening India, very simply.
Nuclear blackmail.
Nuclear blackmail. And he's doing it from USA. He's doing it on US soil. That's worrying. And the fact that USA has tolerated this kind of a talk from US soil is also troubling. And we need to take this seriously. At the outset, there's a lot of rhetoric in this talk that he said, I'm going to do this, that, and basically he said, if you build dams, I'm going to blast them.
I'm going to fire 10 missiles at this.
Yeah.
I mean, who talks like this?
He doesn't, it's more to convey a message.
Right.
That's one. The second part of the story, the second issue aspect of this is, it's a continuation of the Pakistan way of nuclear saber raid.
Right.
It's nothing new. Only thing is, it's now coming from, the fact that it's coming from USA is the issue of concern to me.
Right.
You're not going to do all this. That is out. Right? It is also a panic reaction in some manner.
A panic reaction to what?
Okay. Then I'll have to go back to Operation Sindoor.
Right. Let's start.
Yeah, let's start.
Operation Sindoor.
You see, this whole story of why he's doing what he's doing from USA starts in Operation Sindoor.
Right.
You look at Operation Sindoor on 10th May, when we finished off, plastering all their air bases.
Yes.
What was the status? The status was Pakistan's air defense was exposed.
Right.
They didn't have the capability to retaliate. Mm-hmm. And in my own assessment, their nuclear capability was negated.
How so?
Yeah. And that's why they ran to USA. Now, how so? That's the $1 million question. And I have simplistic answers.
Right.
See, the Pak nuclear capability has three components. One is the tactical nuclear weapon component.
The Nasser.
Right. And that is basically meant to stymie or ground forces.
The cold start offensive.
Basically, it's a counter force kind of a thing.
Right.
Now, that was anyway not there because
we
there was
didn't
no
launch a ground invasion.
So that was out of the equation.
Right.
The other two, they had an air component and a missile.
F-16s and Mirages.
Now, those were either hit in some places, like in Jacobabad.
Yes.
The hangar was hit. That's what Air Chief Marshal said. or a place like Sargodha, where the runway nothing could take off.
Right.
Or in Noor Khan, where the central communication base was completely blown off.
Right.
And that's still not on. And in a place like Rahim Yar Khan, a forward base, which is still not ready. It's not back.
It's still not ops.
It's not all non-ops. And many of these places. That kind of paralysis meant that their nuclear-enabled aircraft or nuclear delivery platforms couldn't take off. Couldn't come up. And then added to that, the vulnerability of their air defense was exposed. They had nothing. And you have to understand that Pakistan is basically a force which is a defensive-oriented air force. And those defenses were down. In that case, the nuclear weapons couldn't be flown. Now, as a corollary to this, the third component of the Pakistan nuclear capability is their ground launchers.
The mobile TELs.
Now, whichever missile it is, now when you get such a missile out, you need air defense. And that air defense was not there. How do you get it out?
Air defense to protect the TELs when they move out.
And invariably, these, as a rule all over the world, these missile launch pads, TELs, deployment areas are in the shadow or in the vicinity of an air base. Now, the air bases themselves were exposed, so how could they get them out? So I think on 10th May, Pakistan could not retaliate with nuclear weapon systems.
And they panicked.
And And they couldn't, there no rhetoric, nothing was feasible. And they panicked. And that was the time when they ran to USA. And then the rest is history. So that is that part of the story. And if you see the writings which have come out of others, Rabia Akhtar, Ijaz Ahmad, all those people who have written about the Pakistan nuclear capability, they're looking at a doctrinal shift that, look, we have to do something. Then we fired that Agni 5 with the conventional warhead, with a bunker burster kind of a thing, with a 5,000 kg warhead. Now, they don't have defenses against that. They are conventional weapon systems. And you see the writings coming out, you see that there are a lot of problems. So they had to flip. And they flipped to US. Now, this has major implications between China and US. And I think a new triangle is emerging, Pakistan, China, US, which we have to think of.
But wasn't this always there that, Pakistan has two benefactors. It has the United States and it has China. And it's kind of doing this Ajay Devgan maneuver, as I call it, between two motorcycles. And, the lamppost hasn't appeared yet, but I'm sure at some point it might.
No, it's already appeared. The way I look at it, I think you said the right thing, the Ajay Devgan trapeze act. Fact is, it was well known that Pakistan was playing China and USA. But post-Afghanistan, the US withdrawal from Afghanistan, US withdrew from China also.
It lost interest in the region.
Lost interest in the region and they withdrew from China.
You think they're coming back into the region now?
They are. We'll come to that. And China came in. And China came in full steam. And China not only came in full steam, Pakistan also turned towards China. They had no other option. 2 years back, their chief, Javed Bajwa, in a lit fest had said, we want Western weapons. They are not giving it to us, so we have to go to China. So they were completely dependent on China with 81% weapon systems of China.
In fact, in the last decade, I think they've only bought
Chinese. And no one else, and Turkish.
Some Turkish weapons, of course.
So they went out. Two things. I mean, one is Sindoor, which is the later thing. But slowly, Pakistan of late has been realizing that it needs a larger share of the Middle East. Abraham Accords. All that. And they had finished off Syria. The US footprint on the West Asia had started expanding. Iran was the last standing man. And they had, through Israel, they had got through to Iran. And Iran had to fall. If Iran had to fall, they needed Pakistan.
As a backup, perhaps?
No, I wouldn't say as a backup.
Pakistan, they want to keep Pakistan away from Iran.
No, Pakistan was used. I'm sure Pakistan bases were used for int purposes, UAVs and all that. right? And that's why this
We
chap
don't
had
know
a
that
lunch.
yet.
We don't know that. That's why this chap had lunch there.
Right.
Asim Munir.
So
right?
there was a price that he had to pay
Yeah,
for
there's
that
no doubt.
lunch.
I wouldn't say the price. Both had to pay. We'll
Right.
talk of that.
Right.
So, and this was a golden opportunity for US to shove, or rather suppress Chinese influence in this region.
Right.
And Chinese couldn't react militarily in the Iran-Israel war also.
Right.
So that's one part of the story. The other part of the story is, so they needed Pakistan,
Yeah.
US. They were waiting for the opportunity. The other part of the story is that on 10th May, look at the state.
Right.
Pakistan is there. It doesn't have the capability to retaliate nuclear.
Right.
Right. After all, the command control center at Nur Khan base had also gone off. And all the Chinese weapons they had operated had let them down.
The HQ-9s and the...
HQ-9 and the radars.
Everything.
And everything, that Wingloom drones.
Right.
And people talk of PL-15. The PL-15 which we have recovered
Yes.
was a single engine motor.
Right.
Single pulse.
Right.
But everywhere else, till then I only heard that PL-15 had a
Dual pulse motor. Yeah.
Now, in that event, the dual pulse has a range of about 150 odd kilometers.
Yes.
That's the what is said. But single pulse, you can't cross 80 kilometers.
Right.
So if Pakistan was given the single pulse motors,
Yes.
the question comes is, could this have downed a Rafale the way they were talking? I don't think so.
Right.
Right. So
That's
they failed.
a lot of bluster.
Lot of bluster.
So you're saying that it's very interesting. So you're saying that Pakistan has actually lost faith in its Chinese hardware.
Yeah.
And so who are they going to go to now?
No, they'll go back to USA.
Do a U-turn.
They've done the U-turn. I mean, let's be very clear. They've done the flip already.
Right.
And this flip is manifest in many directions.
So what does Munir want from the US? Weapons.
He wants weapons. He wants guarantees against India.
Right.
Again, you look at it on 10th May. The 10th
Yes.
May is a crucial thing.
Right.
People miss it, the strategic significance of 10th May.
Right.
On 10th May, USA finds itself that India has overwhelmed Pakistan.
Right.
And the US has no control over Pakistan.
Right.
No control because
No
India
control over India's behavior.
Right, on the
Yes.
situation.
Right.
And its own entry into Iran is under threat, and its
Right.
own control is under threat. And
Right.
India, if it's left unchecked,
Right.
its influence will grow.
Right.
So it immediately gives that olive branch to Pakistan
Right.
and gets Pakistan under its control. Now, US is back into Pakistan.
Yes.
US coming back into Pakistan means it has now control over Iran,
Right.
Afghanistan, China, and India.
Right. Okay. Okay.
US stakes are high.
Right.
Pakistan has flipped from China to that side, so it's guaranteeing itself. The fact also remains that it gets the way out of FATF and all that, where the actual
Right.
things come. And then another important thing in Op Sindoor, Pakistan was restrained by the fact that it couldn't use F-16s.
Right.
It had only to use Chinese weapons.
The Chinese weapons.
Right? F-16s were grounded because of the end user agreements and all that. If USA, and it's not on the good books of USA,
Right.
that component is out.
Right. The 50 odd F-16s.
Yeah, F-16s, they can't use them.
Right.
So what good? So if they are aligned with USA and USA is against India,
Right.
those come back into the equation for Pakistan. So there are a lot of things.
So it needs the US. So it's fascinating. I mean, and we always thought it was all about the minerals, the so-called minerals,
Look,
and the oil and the
minerals,
cryptocurrency.
Minerals, oil,
Right.
cryptocurrency and all were carrots to be given to Trump.
Right.
So the president reacts the way he did.
Right.
And then the whole lot of things, the US establishment has its hands in this whole story.
Mhm.
So all this has happened. And the Chinese, there are other angle to this, the way I look at it. See, as far as Pakistan is concerned,
Right.
it can be friendly with China. With China, it will only get loans.
Right.
It has to repay.
Yes.
And China is not interested in repaying anyone. Pakistan is not interested in repaying anyone.
Right.
It goes to USA, it doesn't have to pay anything. It gets free of cost everything.
Including the military hardware.
Everything. So far,
Right.
everything it's got is free of cost.
Right.
Right? And the moment Pakistan gets USA into the game
Hmm.
in Pakistan, the Chinese are threatened.
Right.
And they don't have to repay the Chinese back. Then they'll, look, you get out. I'll repay you, but you first get out.
So this is the classic thing of a small country playing
So
to bigger
you said,
countries.
no, Ajay Devgan.
Yes, this is the Ajay Devgan
Ajay
moment for
Devgan
Munir.
Taken up.
But I have to ask you this, General Shankar. In the past, we have seen Pakistan's nuclear weapons program develop when the Americans were on their side. Zia developed the bomb through the 1970s and 80s when the West needed Pakistan for fighting that proxy war in Afghanistan against the Soviet Union. Then you have General Musharraf who comes in, where the arsenal expands while at the same time he's an ally in the war on terror. Now you have the third coming of the United States, so to speak, into the region.
Yeah.
How is this going to impact Pakistan's nuclear arsenal? Do you think Munir will test a nuclear weapon now?
I don't think it's so easy to test a nuclear weapon and get away with it. Because if either China or USA allow Pakistan to test a nuclear weapon,
right,
tomorrow you'll do it.
India will test
do
as well. What's the compulsion for us to test if Pakistan
it's
tests?
not a bad, there's no compulsion. But the day you start testing, you're going to test next generation weapon system.
Right. You think Pakistan has next generation?
No, Pakistan doesn't have next generation weapon technology.
Right.
Pakistan will test a weapon to show that it has something.
Right.
Against India.
Right.
That's something against India.
Right.
But what India will do is not against Pakistan. It will give shivers to others.
Right.
Right. So I don't think Pakistan will be allowed to do that.
Will not be allowed to
do that by either China or USA.
But given how unpredictable Munir has been as an army chief, I mean, look at his profile. It's very different from previous army chiefs. In fact, as I was discussing with a colleague, he seems to be, he's made his predecessors look like moderates compared to the kind of very shrill rhetoric that he's used, the kind of language that he's used. Army chiefs in Pak, even with by the Pakistan Army standards, very low standards, they have not spoken the way he has, on the two-nation theory and, Kashmir is our jugular vein and now nuclear blackmail. Do you completely rule out a nuclear test?
Look, you can't. Okay, but the chances are less.
Right.
But you have to analyze this fellow in a different manner.
Munir.
He's been given license by China and USA to behave the way he's behaving.
This unpredictable behavior. Right.
No, unpredictable, his entire behavior.
Right.
He's got a license to do what he wants to do.
Right.
And I'll come to that a little. If you see all his rhetoric, all his talk, everything has been against India.
Right.
Not against China, not against USA, not even against Iran, not even against Afghanistan.
Right.
Or anyone else.
Singularly focused on
that's
India.
Typical.
Right.
But on the other side, what's his behavior with China and USA? 2-3 things have happened, all in the recent past. He struck up a friendship with Kurila, who's just retired.
Yes.
Now, if you see the history of Kurila and I don't think they had any intersection where they studied together and all that. And Munir hasn't gone to USA to study.
Right.
He's not done a course there and all that.
That's right. Yeah.
How they become friends is a question mark.
Right.
Okay. That's the first part of the story. And before that lunch with Trump, he went and spent 4 days in CENTCOM in Florida. And that was a time when the Fordo strikes were and all to go and not go.
Right.
And then he must have put a price for the cooperation Pakistan is to give to USA. And he would say, I want, and that's the way I'm reconstructing this whole story.
Right.
That, look, the price is probably a lunch with Trump or recognition. And he went there.
A 2-hour lunch meeting.
Yeah, 2-hour lunch meeting.
Extremely unusual.
And a lot of things would have been discussed.
Right.
By then, the 34-minute talk with President Trump and Prime Minister Modi had taken place the previous evening.
Yes.
So Trump reacted the way he did.
Right.
And gave him a free hand. Now Munir comes back. Iran operation continues. Immediately after the Iran operation is done, Munir goes to he goes to China.
Right.
He spent some time in China.
Right. Just to placate them.
Whatever.
Right.
And then he comes back. When he comes back to Pakistan, he holds a meeting of the Central Asian Military Chiefs, right? And who comes there? Lo and behold, Kurila comes here. And Kurila is given a medal by Pakistan president. And then Kurila goes to retirement. And when Kurila is retiring, this man goes back. So there's a shuttle. This shuttle is the same. I mean, what it reminds me, the equivalent is what Kissinger did in 71-72 when he got...
That's right. He used Pakistan to go into China.
So this man is doing the reverse Kissinger.
He's doing a reverse Kissinger.
Okay.
Interesting.
And he is giving a conduit between China and USA. And, he's playing both ends. He's also made Pakistan into a battleground.
Yes.
He's also being a conduit.
Right.
And as a result, he doesn't get any tariffs.
Right.
In any case, Pakistan, whether it gets tariffs or not, is not a great deal.
Right.
That he doesn't get tariff. But if you see the US, I won't say US, I will say the Trump rhetoric on China has reduced.
Right.
Today, that 90-day grace period finished. In fact, yesterday night it finished. Today, he's given a 90-day extension for the tariffs.
Right.
Okay, so there's already something at play. That play, is it directly between China and USA, or is it being facilitated through Pakistan, or a back channel has opened here?
Right.
Okay, and China will be very happy to have a back channel,
right,
to USA, because its influence in the Middle East is reduced. After all, they've got today the complete footprint
is an American footprint. Yeah.
See, this is very important.
Yes,
the American footprint in the Middle East starts with the Mediterranean and ends on the Indian border.
Right. So what are the chances that Pakistan will join the Abraham Accords? You see that happening?
I don't think so, because they have to join the Abraham Accords, we have to get out of it.
Or they have to recognize Israel.
That's difficult. The second part of the story is, look, at the end of the day, the Saudis and the Arabs as a whole, they're pretty smart.
Right.
They want, what does Pakistan get to the table with the Abraham Accords? When you look at Abraham Accords and I2U2, the connectivity plus the IMEC, there's economic value, and the Middle East is transmuting from oil-based economy to a diversified economy.
Right.
So I don't think Pakistan will get any headway into the IMEC or the I2U2 or all that.
Or the Abraham Accord.
Yeah, but they'll pander to this man's Trump's vanity to keep Pakistan.
Right.
And of course, they always have a soft corner for Pakistan.
Right.
So Pakistan will be allowed to survive.
Right.
Whether it will be allowed to thrive is a different question.
Right.
Because it's not a matter of Pakistan being allowed to thrive. It's whether Pakistan can thrive given other internal issues of Pakistan.
Right. So, what would we get to see over the next 3.5 years? It's very rough times for us if you have a Pakistan that's back in favor with the United States, which is massaging Trump's ego with a Nobel Prize nomination and all of that. These are things that we can't do as a country.
Yeah, we can't do.
India would never do these kind of things. So how do you play this game for the next 3.5 years? How should India's diplomats, military officials react to these changes, which have an impact on our national security as well?
Yeah, that's a very valid question. But I would not look at it at this point of time to 3.5 years. I would first see certain outcomes have yet to happen.
Right.
The first outcome is, as much as US has flipped against India.
Right.
There's a lot of lobby within US which says, why are you flipping?
Right. How bad is the flip, really?
The flip is bad.
71?
I think.
Is it 2000?
The issue which has been lost between India and USA is a matter of strategic trust. We are no more strategic partners, let's be clear.
Is that a fact?
That I don't think we are strategic partners anymore. For India to become a strategic partner of USA, a lot of bridges have to be built.
Right.
And I don't think Trump is capable of it. That's the first. The second part of the story is, why was India a strategic partner of USA? Basically for the Indo-Pacific.
Yes.
And Trump has lost interest in Indo-Pacific.
He's not bothered about containing China or...
He's looking at a G2 for China. If they go through this alternate channel through Pakistan and all that, He's looking at some kind of a G2 and accommodation with China. In which case, we have to look at it differently.
A G2 with China would mean that you look after Asia. We are not bothered.
Yeah, then we have to start looking after the Indian Ocean.
Right.
Or geometry or strategic geometry also has to change. So that is the way. But for that to come, we'll have to play out this forthcoming meeting on 15th between Trump and Mr. Putin in Alaska is important.
Right.
The outcomes there will dictate a lot of things. If the outcomes go well and there's some framework arrangement, I don't think anything great will come there, but there'll be a framework MOU,
right,
which might come between Trump and Putin. If that happens, the sanctions on India, the secondary sanctions of India vanish.
Right.
And then if the deal takes place, there are...
The peace deal.
The trade deal between
India and the United States.
If that takes place,
right,
and you might still get back to 15.
Right.
Trump also will then look at 15. He's a transactional guy.
Yeah.
Right. In which case, you're okay. You'll do you have to be transactional with USA, not strategic with USA.
Right. For the next 3.5 years.
3.5 years.
That's a big lesson then.
Yeah. Then look, this is not going to be 3.5 years. I think this will be beyond 3.5 years.
Of a third Trump term?
No, not third Trump term. Whoever comes in
a
USA,
Republican, a Trump appointee.
Whoever comes, it doesn't matter whether it's Trump or Trump appointee or Democrat. To build bridges with India will take time.
Right. You think MAGA is that strong?
It's not a matter of MAGA. It's not a matter of MAGA. The way he's insulted India by calling it a dead economy and things like that.
I think those words have
hurt India.
Yes.
Right? All of us. All of us.
Right.
So I don't think he is going to get back our trust in a hurry.
Right.
In which case, would you like to invest in USA? And when I say invest, not money.
Right.
Invest your trust.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to help you. The American weapons are not so great that you can live without them or live with them.
I don't think we use any weapons
we use some.
In Sindoor.
Yeah, we didn't. And so, can we do without American weapons? So, options are more.
Right.
So, in which case, if you don't have the defense, the basic platform or the stable platform of US-India relationship was a defense cooperation.
Right.
That has gone down. If Indo-Pacific is not his, number one priority, all our defense cooperation was based on Malabar 1, 2, 3 and going there, and the naval...
It was all about countering China and containing China and all that.
If that is not there, then you have to rediscover what you're going to do. Right. So you have to be prepared to the fact that, look, we have to be on our own.
Right.
And we might have to look at how to enhance our equation with Russia.
Yes.
Enhance our equation with France, Israel and other countries for technology.
So President Putin is set to visit New Delhi, and one hears that he's coming with a huge arms package, which could include very long-range missiles, the caliber missiles, 1,500-kilometer range missiles, additional nuclear-powered attack submarines, S-400s, possibly S-500s as well. You see India now being more receptive to Russian arms than in the past. We always were worried about, what will the Americans say? And we did stick our necks out for the S-400. I mean, full marks to the government for doing that. But here you see in this changed environment that you mentioned, that you've lost trust with the Americans, those bridges have been breached. Will India now go back to President Putin and to Russian arms?
I don't think fully we'll go back. For one reason, India is quite Atmanirbhar in many technologies. So we could pick and choose which technologies we are interested in when we go look at Russia. That's one. Second, we still have a lot of equity in USA. It's not as if everything is lost.
Right.
We have to be balanced.
It is a very important relationship.
Yeah, it's an important relationship because you have a diaspora there.
Yes.
You have political equity out there.
Right.
A lot of second generation Americans of Indian origin are rising up the political ladder there.
Yes.
And they have links here. Whether you like it or not, they have links. And a lot of our people are there. The trade relationship is not so much as non-trade, I would say services relationship. Digital connect is huge. You have over 1,800 to 200 global enablement centers of USA in our country. And these are all R&D centers. They're not back offices.
Right.
And nearly 1.9 million Indians work for Americans, USA and American corporations.
Right.
So all that won't go overnight. So we have to be balanced in our approach.
Right. So it's only the strategic side of that which might actually take a hit. That's what you're saying.
We'll have to, whatever happens, this situation is evolving fast. We didn't see this flip on 10th May.
But how are we caught blindsided by this?
No, we'll come to that. We didn't see this, but it has evolved in such a manner that what is going to come ahead, we need to be prepared. We need to be prepared going all three ways. We have a choice of going back to USA.
Right.
We have a choice of going independent. We also have a choice of playing out with China, limited. Right. Though we don't have trust there.
Yes. Right. But in recent days, one seems to suggest that, one sees signs that we are going back to China.
I wouldn't say going back, because today morning only I did a program on Ghana shot.
Yeah.
Where I said, can you rely on China? You can't.
Right.
And then the fact is that China itself has internal problems. Their consumption is low. They're in deflation. Their military is in a bad shape.
Right.
The generals are sagged,
yes.
all that. Plus their equipment is failing.
Right.
As we speak, we spoke about Pakistan.
Yes.
But just to give you an idea, the Z9 helicopters, which is supposed to be the ace of the pack as far as their exports are concerned. I think yesterday or today, the Ghana, one of their, I think the foreign minister or a defense minister of Ghana went in a brand new helicopter and it just crashed.
Oh,
He's no more.
Okay.
And there are similar such crashes happening. Then you heard of their military equipment going erratic. We've heard of a nuclear submarine which sank in Wuhan last year.
Yes.
There's a lot of, so their equipment is not
taking a beating.
I mean, it's not only taking a beating, it's not reliable.
Right.
Who does it pinch most? It pinches China.
Right.
China would know, no? Right. They are weak. Their military is not strong. Their economy is not great. Their production is great. They need a market.
Right.
So
India offers that
market.
Right.
So will they be, sweet towards us? They're trying to be saccharine sweet.
Saccharine sweet.
Right. There are all kinds of things are coming in India. And they're now, Global Times quoting Hindu proverbs.
Yes. I saw that.
And talking about that. So they're trying.
Helping your friend's boat reach the shore.
Can you trust them? You can't.
Right.
So, but you have a trade relationship with them.
Yes.
Can you leverage the trade relationship intelligently to offset what you're going to lose here? There's a possibility.
Right.
So you have to be transactional there.
And you have to ask for Chinese investments.
Yeah. Chinese investments up to 24% you're looking.
Right.
And then you're looking at this USA also.
Yes.
So, and you have to strike out independently or be transactional with Russia, France, and
China.
No, Israel and other places where you can get technology.
Right. Absolutely.
And I think you need to have a balance.
Right.
And there's a time where you have to be picky and choosy as to whom you're going to go with or not go with. Equally, there's an opportunity for India to strike alone.
Right.
Look, the fact is, India is still going to be the strongest growing economy.
Right.
Whether you like it or not. Okay. And the endorsement of that over the past 1 week is coming through our stock exchanges, which are still going up. I mean, on a personal note, yesterday I was with my mutual fund advisor. So I asked, what will happen because of this? He said, no, don't worry. Just go in for stocks. Don't go in for mutual funds.
Right.
Nothing will happen. That kind of confidence.
It's a confidence that comes from a growing economy.
Yes. So that's not going to change. You got a stable government.
Right.
Many people might not like the government. Or there'll be opposition within, there'll be opposition outside.
Right.
But the fact is the government is stable. We have a prime minister who's in, the picture of everything.
Yes.
He's riding the horse well. You might have a difference of opinion, but he's doing it well. So what's our problem? this is the opportunity for us. You do reforms. You have to do reforms.
Yes.
You have to do internal reforms.
I was going to ask you that. India reforms only in crisis, they say. I mean, is this a crisis
I
now?
think so.
Is this?
If this is not a crisis, what is?
Right.
Right. So this crisis like 91 gives you an opportunity to reform. Importantly, you can do defense reforms, defense exports, because Op Sindoor has given you the thing that, look, people from outside want
Confidence
to buy.
in our products.
No, people
and
are
their
coming.
Weapons. Yes.
Look, a Chinese report I read, there's a Chinese report
Yes.
that 15 countries have lined up for BrahMos.
Right.
Recently, we struck a strategic partnership with Philippines where they have said they're very happy with the BrahMos. Now
Yes.
they want Akash and other things.
Right.
So you're getting more inquiries for your own defense.
Right.
So the moment you start providing, go into defense exports
Right.
and providing weapons to others, your value chain goes up.
Absolutely.
And then one thing will lead to the other. Look, technology is resident in India. You have to
Right.
tap it.
Right.
It'll happen. Right? So if you are smart about this
Yes.
whole thing, do reforms. Ease of doing business has to be,
Yes.
like, for example, you don't have to take 3 months to get a GST license. Can you do it on a single window basis? In a couple of hours, can I get a GST license to start my own YouTube channel?
Right.
Simple. There are small things. Then you enable people to do business.
Right. So
Can
we
you
must
do-
not let this opportunity
No, I don't think
pass to
And I'm not worried about what's happening.
critical
Yeah.
reform. Right. But General Shankar, I have to come back to the question of Pakistan, which we began our fascinating discussion with. And there is one person who I always wonder what he's been thinking right now. That's Lieutenant General Khalid Kidwai, who was the head of the Strategic Plans Division for the longest time. And in fact, he's the one who's enunciated Pakistan's red lines.
Red lines, those 4 red lines.
Those 4 red lines, that's the space threshold, the military infrastructure threshold, the economic strangulation, political instability. The 4 lines that if they were crossed, Pakistan would go nuclear. He said that in 2002 after our Operation Parakram. And again in 2020 after Palakot. He's very silent now. He hasn't come out with any public statement. You think he's let Munir do all the talking, or are they going to go in for a massive rejig of their entire nuclear doctrine, you think?
Look, everything is possible. He might have been sidelined.
Right.
Or he's too old. And Munir has taken over and he's a one-man show.
Right.
Right. He doesn't want to let anyone come in between and talk this. And he's got his own ideas. And they'll come out with a new doctrine. They don't have a doctrine at this point of time.
Right.
What do they do? Because all those 4 red lines, those old doctrine has been destroyed in Op Sindoor.
Right. How so? Because we didn't cross any of those thresholds, it appears. We kind of went ahead of them.
No, you went ahead of them.
Right.
And you neutralized their nuclear capability.
Right.
As a result, they don't know what to do. And then this new animal called non-nuclear, conventional
The Agni 5.
Agni 5.
Right.
So you have one thing. How do you deal with that conventional deterrence?
Right.
Non-nuclear conventional deterrence, that is a new paradigm opened. So I think there's a flux there.
Right.
Their vulnerabilities are huge. And they also know that the nuclear bluff can't be called so easily.
Right.
Or rather, they can't be executed easily. So they're looking at various options. So this is a time of flux.
Right.
I won't count anything out. I'll keep everything on my radar.
Right.
And let's react as events unfold.
Right. Would that radar also be looking very closely at the Chagai Hills?
Yeah. The Chagai Hills. See, another thing. They have not reopened Karana. That Kirana thing they have not done.
The storage complex.
Yeah. So far, there are no reports of that being opened up and all that. And Chagai also, there's no action there, nothing. Again, one has to look at Chagai and the Baluchistan situation.
Right.
There are a lot of things. After all, Pakistan is not Munir.
Yes.
Pakistan has got its own vulnerabilities still.
Its own dynamics.
Yeah, its own dynamics.
Yes.
Between Baluchistan and KPK,
right.
Well, every day something is happening.
Right.
And if you see Pakistan from one step back, west of Indus is all disturbed. East of Indus is got a different dynamic.
Right.
So if Pakistan today, you have to split it as west of Indus, east of Indus.
Right.
Now that dynamic, will it stabilize? We don't know. Cryptocurrency, minerals, a
Yes.
whole lot. And also the fact that politically Imran Khan's son has started becoming active.
Right. Overseas.
Whether it's
Right.
over, it's influence. It influences internal things.
Right.
After all, Ayatollah Khomeini was sitting in France when he did the revolution in
Right.
Iran. So these things have their own dynamics.
How interesting. So you're saying the Imran has kind of activated his sons.
Yeah,
and
they're
he's
active.
Passed the baton on to them.
Might have-
Suleiman and
Qasim.
Qasim.
They're active in UK and they're
Right.
active in USA also.
Right.
And we know that Trump did ask the Field Marshal
Right.
to go easy on Imran. So all these angles are there still.
Right.
Nothing is out with Pakistan.
Nothing can be ruled out with Pakistan indeed. And what you said, General Shankar, so interesting. That region of flux with India, Pakistan, China, and now the United States. I mean, this is an absolutely fascinating discussion. Thank you very much, General Shankar, for your time, for your thoughts. We'll keep coming back to you to know more about this interesting state of play in the region.
Thanks a lot. I look forward to it.